Hi, my name is Eric Veenkhuizen. I'm a senior researcher at the Palo Alto Research Center. And today I want to talk to you about one of our core capabilities, namely interaction analysis. So there's this new field called social robotics. And the idea behind it is that we should be able to talk to our robots. They shouldn't just vacuum for us or mow our lawns, but we should be able to have a conversation. Now that sounds simple, but as it turns out, it's pretty difficult. If you go online and you look at any videos of people interacting with robots, talking to them, you'll find that the conversations are often stilted. The robot doesn't start on time, or they overlap and they talk right over the person they're talking to. So a few years ago, the Honda Research Institute came to us for help with this problem. They have a robot called Asimo. It's a humanoid robot. And they had programmed it to play the memory game with children. But as it turned out, when children played the memory game with Asimo, they didn't find it very fun or compelling. So what the Honda Research Institute wanted us to do was to look at how children played the memory game, to see what they could learn about what natural interaction looks like in order to program Asimo more effectively. So I set up some cameras in my house and asked my children and their friends to play memory. And we recorded many games. When you look at those games, what strikes you is this element of competition. Whenever someone turns over a card that was seen before, the game is on. Who can find the matching pair? Just observe a few turns from a game between these two 11-year-olds, whom I will call Grace and John. It is the beginning of the game and nobody has made a pair yet. We have slowed down the video because there's so much going on. It's John's turn, and as his first card, he turns over a card close to him, and it turns out to be a card that was seen before. He reaches and turns over what he thinks will be the matching card, but he misses it. As soon as John sees the card, he grimaces at having missed it. Grace follows his move closely, and when John grabs the wrong card, she moves her head forward in surprise. She knows it's the wrong card. So after John turns his cards back over, Grace turns over the correct card first, right next to the one John had tried. As Grace leans over to grab the twin card close to John, she looks up at him smiling, and he turns to look back at her and smiles also. She continues to smile as she collects the two cards, but while she does that, John stops smiling. And he drops his gaze, and he assumes a rather serious and maybe even a little sullen expression. And when she looks back at him after collecting the cards, still smiling, she immediately drops her smile and changes her expression to match his serious one. It only takes a fraction of a second, and then she quickly changes the subject. She asks him where she should put the. Now I love this sequence because I am struck by how quickly these children react to each other and with such remarkable sensitivity. When Grace sees John is no longer smiling, she interprets his expression in the context of what just occurred, namely that he failed to find the matching pair where she found it. And as we saw, she drops her own smile immediately. Of course, had she not done so, she could be seen to be a little smug and insensitive. So while Grace just won a mini competition, she is at the same time trying to take care to do things amicably. And she adjusts her own expression in order to manage how she comes across. When you consider all those things and the speed with which she accomplishes all this, and the fact that she's only 11, I think it's quite amazing. And I think this illustrates just what the challenge is with social robotics. Truly social robots will need to be able to respond to whomever they're talking to. And not just that, they will need to be able to adjust their behavior in order to manage how they're coming across. And it's only when they can do that, and they can do it at the speed with which we can do it, that they will feel like our partners.